Hi, everybody.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee. Welcome to this special presentation video. It's an unboxing of 2 decks we just recently got, and it's very, very appropriate that we unbox them for Super Tarot Love Month,
which is our special for the entire month. So we thought we would save the unboxing for this month. So you'll be seeing this shortly. Right now at the beginning of February, we're recording right at the end of January. But our wonderful decks that we're reading or unboxing is number 1, the Final Rose Tarot. Let me throw on my other camera. This is gonna suck.
There we go.
The Final Rose Tarot. It's this beautiful box of reimagined tarot cards done as the popular Bachelorette dating game series.
The reality shows.
So we're going to show more about it in a minute because I think Banshee wants to tell us a little bit what she's doing.
Yeah, well, about my deck?
Yeah, we're just going to give the overview of the decks and then go into it.
Okay. Well, I definitely have more to say about that. But at any rate, mine is the Cupid Lenormand by Bella Seal. And we'll give information at the end of our unboxings on where you can find more information about these decks if you're interested in getting them. So it is a Love Lenormand. That's all I want to say or show at the moment.
And the Final Roses, of course, is a love-based tarot.
Right.
And
I love the box.
Everything about this is a pretty class act. They even have the suits, which they've reimagined, on the edges here. But it's a nice box, nice booklet, and the cards themselves are beautiful. This gold gilting on the sides and on the backs. And I guess we'll bring back our camera here to show this.
The deck is read generally upright. We'll probably read it as a standard tarot deck when we're reading in that regard. But the deck is read upright, and I just wanted to say that they have keywords as well as an interpretation for each of the cards.
Yeah, so it's very easy to refer to. I noted that myself. The keywords are nice. Everything has been kind of translated to the whole idea of the reality TV show.
There are no readings in this deck. Or in this booklet. I just thought I would bring that up as well.
But it's a semi-thick little booklet, so you should get a lot out of it. And so we are going to go through the cards.
Well, also, notice the beautiful gold edges on the cards.
Oh, I just mentioned that a moment ago.
I know, and the pink color is so pretty, as well as it's kind of a ombre kind of shading there, I think, on the cards. Isn't
okay,
it?
And I don't even know what that word means.
Well, it's a little lighter, different tones of color. Yeah, well, you want to call it that. And the beautiful golden rose, of course. So it's really cool. Now, to be fair, to say this, we have not watched any of these Bachelor shows. We have never watched them, but we do note that it looks as though the cards, especially in the major arcana, have been renamed to reflect some of the various personas or attributes of the show.
Also, on the all of the cards, well, on the minor arcana, there is a keyword or phrase at the bottom of each in gold, easily seen, and it more or less describes the nature of that card too. It's probably in addition to or not as quite as complete as what you get in the guidebook.
Sure, but it's a little spark anyway for you. So let's get the show on the road, Mr. O.
Well, I wanted to.
But I blah blah.
So card 0, which they use 00, is the contestant.
The contestant. I like it.
Then we have 1, the producer. Oops, I gotta.
Oh, there's a lot of bright light there.
Yeah, isn't there?
What is that one? Number 2 is what again? Can you say the names as you do them?
I'm planning on. I just wanted to get it focused first. Have it your way though. The Bachelorette
I'm sorry. I'll grab them. The Bachelor. Look at that handsome man. The laid-back host. The Lovers.
I wonder what that one should have been changed to.
It seems to make sense for this. The Limo. The Chariot. How awesome. I guess we should be saying what they are. You're right. Number 8 is Opening Up, which is Strength. What do you think about that for Strength?
Well, of course, the Strength card has basically 2 ways of looking at it. What is the strength? What is the real strength?
So what is that?
ITM. We looked it up, didn't we?
I can't remember if we looked it up.
We did, because I remember it.
ITM. It must be something for the show that I am not sure about.
Can't you just find it by the number? Oh, so what is it? In the moment.
Oh!
And I knew that, but I wanted you to confirm it.
I didn't see it.
Guess
I didn't see it. Well, that makes perfect sense for the Hermit.
Destiny.
Destiny is the Wheel of Fortune. Justice, I love it, is the hot seat. I think, not even watching the show, it seems to me they've really picked some interesting parts of their show to...
They have the right archetypes and stuff.
What he said. Number 12 is the Death card. No, Hanged Man. The Cliffhanger.
To be continued.
Awesome. And of course, Death is you're going home. Show's over for you. And then Temperance. Chill out.
Keeping it chill.
The Devil is the villain. The Tower, the shock of being sent home. The Star is the cocktail party. Somewhat interesting, I think. The Moon. Well, the moon is the moon. And the moon is for lovers. The Sun.
Paradise.
I'm there. Judgment is the rose ceremony. And the World is the fans. And I'll let you talk about this card too.
Oh, okay. Well, I believe it's an extra card, the Producer Plant. Or is it?
I think it is. There it is.
And because they don't explain too much here, it doesn't really tell you what its use is. So it just appears to be an extra card with its own meaning, its own keywords.
Go ahead and show that.
In a way, I guess the Producer Plant would almost seem to be like maybe a reverse Fool of the sort. So now we're going to do the Minor Arcana. And of course, the suits are not the traditional suits. They are flutes as in cups, rings as in pentacles, roses as in wands,
Roses
and mirrors as in swords.
Here, and just
all right, so now we are on to the Minor Arcana.
Starting with the wands, which in this deck are the roses. So we have the Ace of Roses, which is the first impression rose. The Two of Roses is the date card. The Three of Roses is the next destination. I like this. The Four of Wands or Roses is the mansion. It's kind of, you know,
yeah, similar.
Like a palace in the background.
Similar.
And look at the Five of Roses, like the Five of Wands, competition. The Six of Roses is the challenge winner.
So they do correspond to the wands.
You can really see it. The Seven of Roses is about drama. I can see that one. The Eight of Roses, of Eight of Wands, is Leap of Faith, flying squirrel. The Nine of Roses is meeting the parents. Sounds like it's getting serious.
It's resigned.
It's resigning. Well, that's true. That is true. That's nerve-wracking. That's why I said serious, too. And the Ten of Roses is shoulder to cry on. That's interesting. Now, the Page of Roses is called the Free Spirit.
And this would be, it's the page. Whoops.
Page of Wands. The Knight of Wands or Roses is the front runner. And that's sure like the Knight of Wands, moving. The Queen of Roses is the magnetic beauty queen. And the King of Roses is the executive producer.
Awesome.
I love it. Now onto the cups. I'm sure we can't wait to see this. The Ace of Flutes is all about that first kiss. Ah. The Two of Flutes. I said roses. It's the Ace of Flutes. The Two of Flutes is cheers. Two cups. The Three of Flutes is here to make friends. I like that. It's like the Three of Cups. The Four of Flutes is all about reflection. Uh-oh. There's an F-bomb on this one. I'm not going to repeat it, but it's the Five of Flutes. And so obviously this person's very down on themselves. It feels they need to apologize.
Remember, TFT Tarot for today is not a family show.
We should be. The Six of Flutes or Cups is butterflies. I like that.
Butterflies are free to fly.
The Seven of Cups. This is so interesting. Now remember, the Seven of Cups is all those cups and you have to pick which one you want. You have all these choices in front of you. We have the edit, which means you have to finally choose what you're going to use, what you're not. The Eight of Cups or Flutes is self-elimination. That's an interesting one for that, I think. The Nine of Cups.
Well, it is a...
In a way, you're not eliminating, you're moving on.
Yeah, I see.
It's interesting. It's interesting. I'll have to think about that one. The Nine of Cups or Flutes, the fantasy suite.
Well, that's sure a wish.
Va-va-voom. And the Ten of Flutes is the proposal. Ah. The Page of Cups is the daydreamer, so appropriate. Isn't this like our Knight of Cups? The hopeless romantic.
The horrible romantic.
What? The Queen of Flutes is...
The caregiver.
And the King of Flutes. Oh, that's really interesting. The single dad.
Aww.
That's very sweet. This one always cracks me up when I see it. So now we are on the Ace of Mirrors, which we believe to be the swords in this deck. It is. And that's fresh meat.
Bring it!
It's so funny. Oh my gosh. The Two of Mirrors, 2 on 1. It's interesting. It's
it's kangaroos, right? Boxing or something?
It's kangaroos boxing, yeah. So, I mean, it kind of evokes the Two of Swords, but not quite. I think the Three of Mirrors, the Three of Swords is interesting. Red flags.
Oh.
Aww.
Sadness.
And the Four of Mirrors or Swords is the reassuring rose. You just need to take care of yourself. You need, and maybe others to assure you that everything's going to be all right. The Five of Swords or Mirrors is that nasty tattletale.
Nobody wins when there's a tattletale.
Gossip and stuff, that's right. The Six of Swords or Mirrors is the silver lining. The Seven of Mirrors, the Seven of Swords, which is also a challenging card, for the wrong reasons.
I had to look at that one.
The Eight of Mirrors is in your head. The Eight of Swords is all about things in your head that are making you believe, you've got to protect yourself, or you have a lot of self-doubt, you can't move, you feel immobilized by self-doubts. The Nine of Mirrors is feeling like you've been blindsided. Oh no! That's how the cookie crumbles. Here's the Ten of Swords or Mirrors, and it's rejection. The Page of Mirrors is the gossip. The Knight of Mirrors or Swords is the meathead.
This is going to be fun.
This is so silly. The Queen of Swords or Mirrors is
the bitch. See, I told you we weren't a family show.
And the King of Mirrors is...
Good thing we're not in the library, eh?
The intellectual. And finally, the last suit is the Suit of Pentacles, which is the ring suit. Okay, so we had first kiss, first impression, I think, or whatever. We now have the Ace of Rings, which is first date. Interesting. The Two of Pentacles or rings.
Final two.
The final two. Have to weigh them one against the other. The Three of Rings is group date. Date, not, Don't let that mind go there.
I was thinking about the dogs.
Oh, darn it. Okay. I guess I have the bad mind then. The Four of rings. Did I say mirrors before? These are all the rings. Sorry. Four of Rings is possessive. That's so perfect for the Four of Pentacles.
Mm-hmm.
The Five of Rings is insecurity. Does epitomize the Five of Pentacles in a love way. The Six of Rings is quality time. I like that. Six of Pentacles. Remember the other card we just had was for the wrong reasons. The Seven of Mirrors, right? Now the Seven of Rings is for the right reasons. The Eight of Rings is the camera guy. He's at work. He's doing his job. The Nine of Rings is the influencer. I like that. The Ten of Rings is hometown. And the Page of Pentacles or Rings is the Optimist. What do you think about this one? The Knight of Rings is the Late Bloomer. Well, wouldn't that be right? Because he's a slow learner, sort of, or just slow to get moving and get rolling. The Queen of Rings is the Single Mom.
Oh, right, there was a single dad in the other suit.
And the King of Rings is the Jeweler. So I think as we went through these, you know, you could see kind of a method to what they were doing, how some of the cards in various categories in the different suits were similar. You know, they were in the same kind of thing.
Yeah, they kind of grouped numbers in a way.
Yeah, in a way.
Of a
in
sort.
A theme.
Or an ascension, maybe.
And, you know, I think it'll take us some time to process some of this because, you know, the camera guy is the Eight of Rings, for example. Well, how do you equate that in a love sense, you know? I would just say that, you know, you're working hard on making this relationship work, maybe. What would it say for that, for example? Oh, go ahead.
One?
The Eight of Rings.
That was the camera guy, right?
Yeah. There he is.
Mastery, perfection, skills, consistency, showing up, day in and out. You're plugging away in the background, delivering excellent content for all to consume. Demonstrating mastery of your skills and executing your hard work to perfection.
So basically, you know, it's about working on your relationship. So, you know, some of these things will be more extrapolated than others, but I think all in all, it is very love-based deck. It may not appeal to everybody. It would certainly appeal to the people who have watched shows like this. But definitely for love readings, I think it's a win just because it's so evocative.
I think at its heart, it is mostly a novelty deck. It's intended as a novelty. And that's why there's very little information about how to use the deck. And literally very little information at all. But it does say this book is the love child of Amelia Rose, Lindsay Millen, two friends in Los Angeles. So I imagine there is a way to order it. Was this a Kickstarter?
Oh, absolutely. There's a way to order it. I would go to their website.
Go to the website, finalrosetarot.com. They're on Twitter too, at Final Rose Tarot.
Yeah, definitely. I feel, you know, but, you know, they are pricey. These decks are pricier decks because they are, you know... a
media tie-in or
licensed
just, property.
That one is. This one's not. But I would say basically it's because they are self-published. So, you know, they're going to cost more.
I'm going to really love using this deck. I think it's beautiful and stylish. Even if it is a little kitsch, I think the way we use cards, it'll just transcend that.
Yeah.
And people will say, I have a love question. Can you use the Final Rose Tarot?
I think so. So let's look at this one, the Cupid Lenormand, and it is by Bella Seal, art by Camille Rodriguez, and I love the box. The box is very pretty all the way around with hearts. The bottom is blank. Love the beautiful deep red color.
It's almost like a spicy chocolate red.
The book is small. The deck is obviously small. Lenormand. I'll let Mr. O run this in the other camera in a minute. What I do want to say about it, though, is there are no readings in this deck as well. The introduction is all about pretty much the mythos of Cupid and... I'm sorry, Cupid... Well, hold on. It's about Cupid, but it's really about Venus, Cupid and Venus. Fell in love with Psyche. It's the whole mythos. Sorry I stammered there. And there's very little in this one about how to use the deck as well, other than they provide the Lenormand meetings. And it does say it's inspired by the tale, you know, the Cupid and Psyche story. The Cupid Lenormand makes a perfect deck for general readings with a bonus of the special romantic touch for readings about relationships. So aside from the few general meanings of the card, it brings other definitions to the cards relating to feelings and Cupid's messages for readings about love and relationships. So we will talk more about how you can find that. On the back is this beautiful picture here. You can show it in there now. There's the front.
I can never quite space out right.
And there's the back with some of the cards.
With some of the cards.
And also, added to the cost of the deck, we received this beautiful Lenormand cloth for laying out a grand tableau. Always appreciate that. And that is the style in which I do my grand tableau, because there's a way you can just have the total box, or you have those 4 cards at the bottom, and that's the way I choose.
And we offer a grand tableau reading at our website, TFT, tarotfortoday.com, and it is the ultimate Lenormand reading.
Yes, so it's big. All right, so it's nicely wrapped and pictured. Let's show the back of the card first, and then I'll go through them. All right. Well, number 1, we have the Rider, and who better than Cupid himself? We have the Lucky Clover. We have the Ship, which is showing some lovers in the ship.
Looks like the Tunnel of Love ride.
We have the House. We have the Love Tree. We have the Clouds. We have that sneaky snake.
But even he's wrapped up in love.
Well, could be about jealousy. We have the Coffin.
I was coughing.
Oh, Mr. O. We have the Bouquet. We have the Cutting Heart here. The Scythe.
Ice tongs.
We have the Love Whip.
Ooh, baby.
And after that, it's followed by the Love Birds.
Aww.
And I'm not going to say this is the Love Child, but it's a
child. I will. Love Child.
Oh, dear.
Love Child.
We have the Handsome Fox. The Burly Bear.
I'm not very burly.
Are the stars out tonight? There's the stars.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
We have the Stork. Oh, and everybody loves Doggy. We have the dog. I love the fact that the tower is, of course, the Eiffel Tower.
Yay.
It's more romantic than bringing Paris into this. We have the Garden of Delight. Uh-oh, the Mountain. Which way you gonna go? The Crossroads.
We're gonna go for love.
Oh boy. And those meddling mice.
Oh dear.
We have the Heart.
Don't go breaking my heart.
We have the ring. Aww. We have the book, which is, of course, Love Story.
Oh, I love that movie.
We have the letter. Now, this is where it gets interesting. We have 2 male and female cards here. We have the man. And then we have the Mars.
It's not a bar.
We have the woman. And then we have Venus. We have the lily. We have the sun. We have the moon. We have the key to someone's heart. And there are plenty of
fish in the sea.
Fish in the sea.
Go fish.
We have the anchor of love. And we have the cross of heartache. You know, these are really cool. You know, there are some that are obviously more love-oriented than others in this deck, but the colors exemplify it. And not only that, you know, we also have the 2 male and female cards, so it's appropriate for same-sex relationships.
But they're numbered the same, so how would you would just shuffle them in and use them anyway?
Yeah, because they're different images. So one could be the regular man or woman could be the significator, and then the other man or woman, the gods, would be, you know, depending on how you want to do it. So that's how I would do that. But I wanted to just take a look at, where did my booklet go? You have it. You. I'm going to give an example of one of the interpretations in here, like we did with that other one. And I'm going to choose one of the more difficult, well, tricky cards, the mice. Let's see what they did with the mice in this deck. So the general meanings for the mice, which is what I kind of look at too with the mice card, is dwindling, deficiency, depletion, destruction, defect, flaw, disease, contamination. Basically, the mice is known in the Lenormand for maybe a sick spell, petty troubles, difficulties, things breaking down, or theft, possible lost objects as well. So they interpreted in the love regard for feelings as feeling frustrated, dirty, inappropriate, guilty, depressed, self-destructive. And Cupid's messages are little things and small problems destroying the relationship. Relationship in process of deterioration, loss of affection and love, disrespect, rejection, unhealthy relationship. And that really is a good way to, you know, interpret the mouse in a relationship reading.
Right.
So really cool. So I think I will learn a lot more from this myself, as far as, you know, when I'm answering questions on our live streams and in our readings for people, you know, with the Lenormand that relate to love questions. So
love it.
That's what we have for Super Tarot Love Month. Are you excited?
So look forward to seeing us using these in the live streams, and also I'll be using mine specifically in the emotional exchanges. So looking forward to that.
So, hey, thanks for joining us for this video today. Take care, everybody, and we will see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.